It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to the Retro Mo Podcast. I'm your host, Mo, and I love to play and review old video games and a few new games too. If you prefer to read instead of listen, check out my written reviews at retromo.substack.com. In this episode, I'll be sharing my experience with Breath of Fire for the SNES, released in 1993. I've scored this game 6 out of 10. An okay game. A mediocre JRPG with fantastic sprite animation. Well, I finally finished Breath of Fire. Third try is a charm, I guess. It's not a good sign when you've started a game twice and have abandoned the game both times. To be honest, most of this game felt like a slog, and I'm surprised I finished it at all. I have this pesky obsession with playing every game in a series, and I hope to play all of the Breath of Fire games eventually. I stuck it out since I heard there's some great games in the Breath of Fire series, especially Breath of Fire 3. Breath of Fire has some positives. Capcom has always had impressive sprite and battle animations, and I do like their classic sound effects. The soundtrack is fine, though not really that memorable. I found some of the baddies to be interesting, although how many RPGs have slimes as their basic low-level enemy? At least a few of the story beats kept my interest towards the end, and the dragon modes and character fusion was pretty cool. Aside from that, everything else in Breath of Fire was mediocre or bad. The dialogue was extremely limited, the translation was awkward and full of typos, and the story just doesn't really stand on two legs. Story is the biggest reason I play RPGs. Item management and the menus are a nightmare. Probably the worst I've ever seen. Which might be understandable for Capcom's first ever RPG, I guess. The game is moderately challenging at the start, and some grinding is necessary. But the encounter rate in this game is just absurd. There's no way I could have finished this game without using an emulator's turbo frame skip function and the game's auto battle mode to speed through 90% of the battles. If you manage not to run from any battles as you progress through the game, you'll be very well leveled for the final bosses. Overall, I really can't recommend this one, unless you love SNES era RPGs, or like me, you just have to play all the games in a series. Good luck. Thanks for listening to the Retro Mo Podcast. As always, I do my best to keep all of my content spoiler-free and rated E for everyone. If you find this podcast enjoyable or helpful, tell a friend and consider giving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. If you have questions or comments, you can send an email to retromopodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Godspeed.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.